So if you're a coach or a consultant and you have a certain income goal, do you know if your current offerings can actually get you there? Hey, I'm Rodger, RodgerandMelissa.com, and today we're going to cover a very common oversight that happens with coaches and consultants that keeps them from making the amount of money that they'd like. More importantly, we're going to tell you how to fix it. So let's jump on over to the whiteboard and get going. All right, so we're going to do a little whiteboarding today, and hopefully you can see this okay. What we're going to concentrate on here are coaches and consultants that primarily get their business from one-on-one meeting with clients. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we're going to see how that might be limiting you on how much money you can make. Your income equation is this. Your income equals the number of clients that you can meet with. We'll assume that one client equals 1 hour times your hourly rate. Okay? Income equals number of clients times hourly rate. Now, there's nothing earth-shattering about that. But now we use this, and we're going to take it in maybe two scenarios to see what we need to get to an income target, or to see what maybe our maximum income is based on how we're working in our business. So let's take the first example where we want to make $100,000 per year. And we know our hourly rate is, I'm going to say $125 per hour. Yours may be higher than that. It might be lower than that. So we want to solve for the number of clients, hourly client meetings we have to have in order to reach this 100,000. So if we solve for C equals 800 hours, 800 client hours. 100,000 divided by 125. Now, if we take this and break it down to per week, let's say in a year you want to give yourself 3 weeks of vacation and we want to take off another week for holidays. That's going to be 48 weeks, right? So if we divide 800 by 48, that comes out to be just over 16. So we're going to round that up to 17. So that means in order to make $100,000 at an hourly rate of $125 per hour, I have to meet with 17 clients every single week for 48 weeks straight, consistently, on average, to get to $100,000 per year in revenues. Now, I don't know about you, but that's quite a few people in 1 week, especially when you consider other time that I need during that week for travel, for back office work, working on my marketing, my sales, my networking, all of that good stuff. That's a pretty high number. But that tells us what we've got to do to get there. Now let's look at our second scenario where we kind of know where we are in our schedule, how much we can handle. Let's see how much income we can make. Okay, so let's go with the same hourly rate, $125 per hour. And we don't know I, but we do know that we've been doing this for a little while, and I'm pretty maxed out at about 8 clients a week, right? Maybe I could swing 10. Let's go with 10. So I can swing 10 clients a week. And I'm saying I can do that every single week that I'm working for 48 weeks out of a year, right? So if I can do 10 times $125 per hour, then I'm going to make per week, I'm going to make $1,250 per week. Multiply that by 48 weeks, and we get $60,000. Now, hey, $60,000 is, that's nothing to shake a stick at. But if I went into this business thinking that I wanted to make $100,000 or $200,000 or $500,000, then the way I'm working today is not going to get me there. Now let's look at a third scenario. Very similar to scenario number 2, maybe I'm a health coach, and over the course of 3 months, I charge folks $500 to do some meal planning for them. And I can handle about 30 clients at a time when I'm doing this. to juggle my schedule. So again, I is going to equal, I can handle 30 clients over a 3-month period. And I'm charging them, each one of them, $500. Okay, so my income for that 3-month period is going to be $15,000. Change that into a yearly amount. For 3 months, I'm going to multiply that by 4, and I get 45. My math teachers, yeah, I used to be good in math. 15 times 4 is going to be $60,000. Again, that's nice income. But if your plan was to make much more than that, this isn't going to get you there. Now, let's talk about in this scenario, if you just stay with one-on-one, what can you change to make it better? So clearly you have 2 levers you can pull, right? If you're just going to stay with one-on-one meetings, you can either increase your hourly rate or you can increase the number of clients that you see, right? You can increase your hourly rate over time. In order to increase the number of clients, maybe you have to offload some of those things that you do during the week to a virtual assistant where you can free up more of your time to do this. Okay, so you can improve your situation, but there's a much better way to do it. And it's what we call leveraged offerings. Now, leveraged offerings are going to leverage our time much better than just meeting with clients one-on-one, because I'm now not going to be just trading time for dollars. I'm going to capitalize on things like group coaching, workshops, masterclasses, things like that. So that's our first category, is going to be workshops or group classes. You call them the same thing. Or masterclass. Sometimes people use these words interchangeably, but the point here is that we're going to spend our time with more people at one time than just one-on-one. So let's take a few examples here. Let's say you pick a topic that you know many of your clients struggle with, and you offer a masterclass or a workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop, and you're going to charge $50 per person. And you think you can probably fill this with about 20 people. 20 clients. So let's see we're going to have a little bit of preparation here. I get that. But for this 2 hours of work, let's just do the math. We've got 20 clients at $50 per client. That's $1,000. Right? So 1,000 divided by the 2 hours that you had the class, now you're kind of looking at an effective hourly rate of $500 an hour versus your $125 an hour before. Now, as I said, I get that there's a little bit of preparation time here, but that is time well spent, because once you've come up with the material for this class, you can run this class over and over and over again. Maybe you offer it once a quarter. Maybe you offer it once a month. But the point is, now for your time, you're making a lot more money per hour of your time. Let's look at another scenario. Now let's look at maybe another group type program. So we're going to offer a group program, and we're going to meet for 4 consecutive weeks, 1 hour per week, via something like Zoom, so we're not having to go anywhere. And we're going to charge $100 for the 4 sessions. So that's 4 hours of your time on the virtual meeting. And we think we can fill this with 20 people. I mean, the number could be higher, it could be lower, but let's just go with the same 20. So we've got $100 per person times 20. That's $2,000 for 4 hours of time. Again, now our effective hourly rate is $500 an hour. Make that number go up, that number goes up. You can even play with the pricing. That number goes up, that number goes up. The last offering we're going to look at is going to be a digital course. Okay, you may think, I've never thought of doing a digital course, but a digital course is a very, very effective evergreen type offering you can offer to your clients who like to learn at their own pace. They don't get the live interaction like a workshop or a one-on-one, but they are getting information from you, the authority. So you'll put time and effort upfront into this digital course, but that is time spent upfront that's going to result in income that is going to continue to come in. You've only done the work once, but you're going to keep reaping the benefits of those efforts over time. So let's say you have a digital course and you're able to sell it for, I don't know, let's just say $150. $150. And let's say over the course of a year, you launch that 3 different times. You have 3 different launches where you're working on some marketing and getting people excited about it. And over those 3 launches, you end up selling that to 200 people. $30,000. For all this work you put in up here, right? You can continue to launch this course and continue to reap the benefit. Now, let's say you spent 20 hours. I don't know. It depends on your course. But let's say you spent 20 hours coming up with a course outline and then either videoing it or writing it out however you want to do it. 20 hours to do it and you made $30,000. $30,000, I ought to be able to do that in my head, but that's $1,500 for $1,500 per hour that you worked on this. This is something that can continue to pay you time and time again. So the bottom line here is have multiple offerings. And I'll probably make a video at some point in time about an ascension model. When I do, I'll put it up in the card here. But you want to have different offerings for your client base because number one, different people learn different ways. Some people like digital courses. Some people like to have their hand held more and they're good with a group class. Other people really want that special attention and they're the ones that want one-on-one, but they're willing to pay for it. So once you get the right model in place, your one-on-one pricing becomes a lot more valuable and now you can increase that hourly rate. And we talked about that's one of the ways that you can increase your income in a one-on-one situation is by increasing that hourly rate. But having different offerings really gives you an advantage in how you serve your client base and how you make your income goals. So I hope this helped. If you've never just done the math to figure out what you can make, I suggest you do that. And then think of ways that you can use leveraged offerings and not just one-on-one meetings with your clients to make you more money and to serve your clients better. So I hope you found some value in that. If you did, we'd appreciate a thumbs up. And also comment down below, what types of offerings have you used as a coach or a client to grow your business? Lastly, if you're new here, consider subscribing so that you don't miss any of the great content we put out. Until next time, take care.